morning, everyone. Come here, Morris. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hello. Come on. Here's breakfast. Come on, everybody. Morris, you gonna come up or you gonna be confused because Stripe's there? And there's Marty. Morris, come on, bud. Morris, come on, bud. Come on, buddy. Morris, come see what Mama's got. Okay, I'll just put the other food down here and you guys will do what you need to do. We have pollen. We have a lot of pollen. I did some watering everywhere except the side yard. I'll check on that tomorrow. I think it's fine. More shade over there. And yeah. I blew the driveway, the parking pad and the boardwalk and the chair cushions and the cars off. I did not go down the driveway. It'll look yellow when we come home again today, but we won't track it in the house quite as much and the kitties won't be laying in it quite as much. On to the next thing. Yeah, we have a warm but nice day for the drive today. I sure do. Hello, Gray. Hi. Hello. There's my good girl. I've got some food for you. I do. I'm glad you're not hiding the minute I walk in the room every time. Good girl. Good girl. All ready to take off. And we heard the alert that someone was coming down the driveway and it's Amazon. So that's good. We can secure whatever that is before we take off for Charlotte. We are going to Electronics Recycle and stopping by the credit union in Holly Springs on the way. Try to handle the title for the van. So we dropped off a couple of electronics at the Electronics Recycle, and when Dawn said start self-driving to take us to the credit union in Holly Springs, she started out by backing up. In other words, she started the FSD maneuver by backing up in reverse a bit, straightening out, and then starting on her merry way. So I thought that was fairly impressive that she would start out, other than backing out of a parking space, but also just from where you're parked in reverse.
Yeah. Oh, they've cut them all.
It's been cut. Yeah, they had trimmed it back, but it does look like they trimmed it back a second time, which I've got to question if that should have happened.
Yeah, because I thought they were starting to sprout.
Yep. But I was told by the town rec guy, we're talking about the wildflower garden, I was told by the town rec guy that they had done their education on how to handle that and it was all good. In other words, don't be a Karen about how they manage the wildflower garden. But no offense, they just got a bunch of guys that cut grass. They need a passionate gardener responsible for the wildflower garden.
Yeah, well, my thinking is that certainly they should have cut it before they started sprouting, but now I would not cut it anymore. They might get away with this. Maybe they didn't, maybe the things haven't broke through the soil yet. I don't know. Or the ones that they were after, it's just after this point it's too late to cut it anymore.
Yeah.
With a mower.
Right. Yep. I questioned how they cut it the first time, and I definitely would be questioning about how they cut it now. We used dog mode instead of keep climate on, but it says it's 72 in there, and don't worry, the AC is on, and the driver will be back soon, and live camera is in use. Although Gray's in the back with a towel over her, so that's not going to help good in this case. But
never know we have
a pet in the car right now. Yeah. So the air looks a little hazy today, and I just want you to know that's not a dirty camera lens. That's the pollen blowing around in the air.
Yes, yes, not dusty road. We're not on a dirt road.
Right.
That's actually
exactly.
pollen.
Don and I can definitely tell it. I don't know if you can tell it in the video or not, but we can definitely tell things are a little cloudy. So it didn't take us as long at the credit union as I allotted. There's one park, nature thing we've been going past. We're at least going to drive down there and see what's down that road. We've been wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Gray is sounding quite content back there, so that's good. Dawn asked me if I wanted her in the middle row or in the back, and I said I guess in the back because I'm not sitting beside. Wow. Now there is dust there, but it's also the tires blowing the pollen dust back up too. So because there's a dump truck in front of us, but yeah, for sensitive folks. So right now I'm taking Allegra and Flonase. I am double hitting up the allergy. I haven't been sneezing. I mowed the grass yesterday and I didn't sneeze or die, or sometimes when I mow the grass, it's bad for hours afterward. And I guess I just decided, as much as I hate taking any kind of foreign medicine thing in my body, that I hate choking on, allergy stuff for a month. So not doing that this time. What were you going to say?
Well, if you look, you probably can't see in the camera, but you can see the little pods in all the pine trees.
Right, it is pine. A lot of it is pine pollen. Where the pine cones start for next year, you look up, you can see a lot of yellow in the pine trees this time of year, and that's where the pollen is springing out from. Well, I've known pollen season. Some years we didn't have it bad until May.
That's right.
So this is early. This is early. Vintage Jules. Wow, it even looks cloudy over the water. Amazing. So we navigated to Harris County Park over here to force the car to take the back road, because it was going to take us the turnpike to 540 to 64 and get us down there super fast, and we don't need super fast today. So this is Deep River State Trail, Moncure access. Yeah, he should just take up the whole entrance.
GMC guy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he, in all fairness to him, was not expecting anyone to be turning in there. Hey, it's quite convenient. The car's all dusty and dirty.
Yeah, this worked out well.
Otherwise, you might not be too happy.
Gee, that looks a lot like where I've been spending the last couple days.
Down in the woods, huh?
Yeah.
Down in the woods. All I was going to say is this is not too far from the actual physical Jordan Lake Dam. I did not bring my long lens today. I may find that I'm unhappy about that, because we could have gone down to the Jordan Lake Dam and looked around too.
Yeah.
I might have suggested that, but we don't need me seeing a bald eagle that I can't take a picture of because I don't have the right camera. That might put me in a mood.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have no clue what's back here because we've never driven back here before. And we've been seeing it for at least the last year-ish, because I think this is relatively new.
Yeah, I agree.
Coming and going from Johnny's, and like, one of these days we're going to drive down there and see what that is.
Yeah, we got plenty of time today.
Well, it's been drug recently. That's quite convenient. No potholes or...
Yeah.
So we are under a fire hazard here today. Apparently, cough, cough, we only have 25 to 30% humidity. One of those few rare days of the year where it's actually dry here. And we have a little bit of a breeze and we're dry. We're at a fire warning for today.
Well, that's good. They've prohibited campfires.
Camping and campfires prohibited. Okay. I checked the Cybertruck in the Tesla app this morning and still in production. I'm really expecting it to light a fire here real soon. We're hoping to hear for Habitat for Humanity today so we can,
Yeah.
But with a plan, we can go drop off the plate and take it off our insurance if we need to at this point. So that can happen any day.
Yeah.
Huh. You know, I bet it's the next time I want to go watch something in the sky, we can come in. Well, I guess maybe you locked out after 8 p.m., but I'm just saying there's no lights out here.
Yeah, this is pretty dark.
This would be pretty dark. This would be a good spot for that. I don't know about looking east, but north and west. We are headed down now. I think we're coming down to Jordan Lake. I wouldn't be surprised if you can't launch your boat here.
Well, I see solar panels.
Yeah, I see couple of lights down here. And I do meet a couple. No roadside parking. I'm like, really? There's like 2 people out here in 100 acres. Probably you could park your car on the side of the road. Maybe it gets really popular in the right time of the year or something.
Oh, yeah, right. I do believe we have...
Oh, we have a restroom facility.
Well,
No, you can keep going. No ATVs, no horses, no bicycles. Open right now, 8 to 8. Camping and campfires prohibited. Boat loading and unloading only. Please park vehicles in designated area near restroom.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We're still going to drive down to the boat ramp. I want to see the water. I'm not leaving until I see the water. Unleashed pets prohibited.
Well, you know, I don't remember it saying boat ramp back on the sign.
Well, it said access, and I think access might imply boats.
Well, okay.
No alcohol.
Uh-huh. Right.
Just take all the fun out of everything. Goodness.
Yeah. Them boys that go fishing, they got their alcohol with them.
All right, Adam, I'm waiting for the comment about our SUV.
Yeah, we're definitely. This would have been good to
For
have
the
cyber truck.
Well, you know, 3 weeks ago when we knew we were going to Charlotte 3 weekends in a row, we really thought we would have the Cybertruck for one of the trips.
That's right.
And it's just not fair that but we'll have to see which vehicle we think the trees can stand up the tallest in when we go to Mr. Maple, because that's coming up here in a few weeks. And, you know, I don't know. Whichever one will allow me to stand up a 3-foot potential tree or 2 feet with a slight lean.
Yeah.
I need to know how much space is right behind the bed at the very far back of the tonneau cover. Well, it says boat loading and unloading only.
As in kayak?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is for canoes. Well, there is the water.
Well, are we going to get
No parking. This is a loading zone. Oh, come on. Let's risk it.
Yeah, well, it's taking the cops longer to get down
and the
here.
crowd today. Let's risk the 2-minute walk to the water and see the water before we leave.
Yeah.
We don't want to go too far from Gray.
No, we don't.
And I don't see a hiking trail out here either, by the way. To say, I think it's a bit much to expect people to park all the way back there.
Well,
And then-
that they let this down,
Right.
and then you back. I mean, that'd be pretty tough to back your.
But how would you...
Don't know.
I don't know. It's just kind of like...
Well, you could tell nobody's drove across this. I mean, this has not been the weeds are all
What do you call that? A ballast?
ballard.
The ballard. Yeah. That thing, if you run into it, it won't be good.
Yeah, well, that one don't move very, very fast.
Right. Well, we have some of those up at South Park in the town. Sometimes they're locked and sometimes we're not. And sometimes the town unlocks them and goes over them. And sometimes they just go over the curb. They're more of a pain in the tuchus than they are helpful, really.
Yeah.
At least at South Park. Yeah, I think we're going to go this little footpath right here so we can really see the water, because I don't think we can really see the water from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Follow the leader.
just a critter.
It was, oh, I knew it was a critter. I was trying to see what critter it was. Probably a squirrel or a bird. I am, however...
Well, you can take care of the poison ivy for me, okay?
I don't see any poison ivy. And your girl knows. So there's no poison ivy here. This sign behind me that I'm passing probably says, Don't go here at all cost. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
This is the Moncure access.
Right, well, I told you the word access meant for boating. Did I not tell you that?
Well, notice it's a guy with a paddle on the sign. They're not showing powerboat.
Right. Yeah, you're not going to back your water ski boat, your fishing boat, so kayak.
This is the PD? What river is this?
I don't know.
Well,
let me get into Pokemon Go or someplace and figure it out for us. All right, I went into Google Maps, and right beside where Dawn is, it says we're at the Deep River. Very inventive name. Very, you know, fancy.
I bet it's deep.
Well, you know, it looks like the Cape Fear River in width and depth, so I would have to say that it's probably deep. And we have, what do we have right here?
Bamboo.
We have privet. We have privet and bamboo. We have invasive species near our waterway. All right. Well, that was worth coming down to see. Inquiring minds wanted to know.
Done my hair. Let me start my hike.
Funny. Yeah, well, if you wanted a place to put your kayak in the water and go for a little bit. Although I don't know how great that works when you need to get back to where you started from versus somebody picking you up downriver.
Yeah.
Cape Fear River Adventures, they said they're hiring down in Lillington. Putting people in the water and picking them up down the river this year, down to Cape Fear.
I'm on my hike. I'm getting my exercise today. I can pile up the rest of the day.
Hey, Nani, turn around. I'm putting you on notice. We are going to get out on the water one time this summer. In a kayak, canoe, or a flotation device. I am not going the entire summer and not get on the water. I'll let you know when. Well, I took Michelle and the kids down to Cape Fear that one time, and the only thing wrong with that was it was too slow. It really was a little slow.
Is that mosquito larvae?
That's just pollen crap.
I hope it's not mosquito larvae.
Nah, it's pollen crap.
This is the thing about FSD. It is driving on this unmarked, unknown road, and it's just simply driving. It sees what's going on. It knew that we needed to go this way, and it's going that way.
Right. Getting into Pokemon Go to see if it knows about the road or not. See if there's a Pokestop down here. I don't have good cell coverage, so it's not cooperating.
Right.
So I come out of the bathroom and my engineer husband is studying how they're powering these lights.
I think that's a battery.
You think it's a battery in that box? Okay. I was going to say they have recycling and trash here, and the restroom is spotless for a hole in the ground. So it says manufactured by CTX, so that little building is a prefab. And they come and they drop it in where they put the hole in the ground.
So there's a solar panel and a light on that pole. And down here on the bottom, there's a box. And I think that box is a battery. I don't think there's any AC out here at all. That's strictly a battery. There's a little sticker on the side, but I saw no nameplate. And so it's solar illuminations. So I think it's just a battery in that box that the solar panel charges up. It runs the light at night.
Yeah, this right here, baby. You bring your autonomous driving system, your car on this road, and you let it navigate down this at an appropriate speed limit and all that stuff, and then you let me know how good your autonomous driving system is, which is what I've been trying to say. I'm going to say going back to 2018 at least, is Tesla was never trying to build a system that would just drive down well-known, well-marked roads. They were trying to build a system that would work on any road in the world and navigate it correctly. And it's just a lot of difference between those two philosophies. One will make you look like you've done something really fast, but fail miserably under so many conditions that it's worthless. And the other will actually, once it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, which it is now, basically drop me anywhere in the world, and I have no doubt that my car, if allowed, would drive properly. Yeah. So I always believed in this strategy, still believe in this strategy, and I think it's worked out well for Tesla.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Here. We were...
That's those construction crews.
Right, and so it comes down here. I'm trying to... Where's the water? Comes down there. There's the water. So there's where the circle's like right there. There's the circle.
Right, I would put the restroom.
Okay, well, I'll let you do it. Anyway, we're dropping the pin. It took us, it was 1 mile.
Yeah.
It was 1 mile.
Seen further.
That's the circle, and I guess the restrooms are...
Almost there. There's the little...
There's where you want to put it, the restroom building. Okay.
Right, well, yes, that's where I want to...
So there is a Pokestop for the sign to our left, and Pokemon Go does not know about the road down to the water.
Right.
Which oftentimes it knows about park roads, and today it doesn't.
Right.
It probably just has to do a little bit with how new it is. Like the Tesla navigation maps, it can take a bit to update.
Yeah.
So when we first got out on the road, it would only do 15. As a matter of fact, it still thinks the speed limit's 15. That's because we haven't gone past the speed limit sign yet. I'm sorry, but I still believe that when you turn onto a new road, until you pass the first speed limit sign, because there's 45 sign there and it's going to change, until you pass the speed limit sign, it should look at hard data for what it thinks the speed of that road is.
That's right.
Because Don had to do, what did you do? Something.
I had to bump it up.
Had to bump it up to get it to be not at an unsafe speed. And this is especially true when, let's just say, the speed limit of the road you're on is less than 45 miles an hour. So 15 in the case of that road, it knew it was 15. It saw the 15 speed limit signs, which were real speed limit, real size speed limit signs. But then when we turned back out here onto, I don't know what road we're on right now. We are on Moncure Pittsburgh Road, which is, a pretty sizable highway road between points. The speed limit's 45 out here, so. This is today's Lego in the car, all spring and Eastery. So there's 3 bag numbers, 1, 2, and 3, and there's 3 books, and they have the number that corresponds to the bag. So it'd be really easy for 3 people in a family to each grab the book and the corresponding bag number and build it. And it really wouldn't be hard to split it up for 6. Just a little bit more, but anyway, they sure are cute. Well, those are redbud trees, but a different variety because it's a more bright pink than a purple looking bloom. Then the standard, native North Carolina tree is more purple. Anyway, couple of things. Tesla's got to fix this tar snake issue like yesterday, because you know, before when it was happening and we weren't too upset about it, there wasn't anybody near us. And so the fact that she was, you know, going back and forth in the lane a bit didn't matter. But today she moved to the left and there was another car over there. And she didn't get too close to the car, but it was very disconcerting to us. And I'm sure to the driver of the other car as well. And Dawn had to take over because it felt too uncomfortable and move us to another lane and then re-engage FSD and go from there. But it can't be, this is not a little swerve. This is like, there's a cement block in the road. I got to get out of the way of that, move to the left kind of a thing. And it's only on this one stretch of 85, and it's every time we're over here, no matter whether it's cloudy, sunny, rainy, nighttime. It just doesn't matter. It just can't. It needs.
Tar snakes make her nervous.
Yeah, and not every single one, but there's some of them that the AI is interpreting every single time. So that to me seems to be, today it felt the worst it's felt of any of the times we've come down here. 2, we set up to have the Honda picked up by the company handling it for Habitat for Humanity for Wednesday morning, sometime between 8:30 and noon. I have to be there because the title's in my name, so that's no problem. And Dawn wanted a Band-Aid, and we had a Band-Aid, except for I took the Band-Aid out of the wrapper and the wrapper disintegrated, and then I tried to take the pieces of paper off of the adhesive and that disintegrated, and I had a huge mess over here, and we were cutting up pretty good back and forth with just a little
I only wanted a Band-Aid. I didn't know.
Spousal jabs here, you know. Yeah. Anyway, that was not fun. They were free Band-Aids from when we toured ECU, so that would have been like 3 years ago or more, 4 years. I don't know. A while, but I still wouldn't have expected the paper on the actual Band-Aid adhesive, and they weren't real Band-Aids. What do you call them? Sterile bandages. I'm sure there's a non-Band-Aid word for a Band-Aid, but none of us knows what that is.
I think it's just bandage.
Bandage or something. Adhesive bandage. Yeah. Anyway, that disintegrated in the car. That was fun to try to clean up and not let go everywhere as we were driving down the road. So, but other than that, life is good. It's robot says it's 83 here. It's about the same temperature in Fuquay. We were only supposed to get up to 79 degrees today per the forecast. And of course, you know, that went right out the window. But tomorrow night, we were supposed to get down to 38, and then it was 37, and I was getting nervous, and they were going to say 36. And so I'm hoping we're warmer than, it's 83 at the house. We're warmer than we told you were going to be. Is going to be good for tomorrow night's low. I'd like tomorrow night's low not to go below 38. So, anyway, we'll see. We're on time, still with no issues to get down to meet Johnny. Different week, same supercharger.
Yeah.
We're just so predictable. I'm just recording here to, watch the parking here. I hope she's gonna go. Good. I see a non-Tesla charging. Didn't understand what it was, but it's a Mercedes. Well, we have not seen a lot of non-Teslas charging yet. It's an EQS. She did leave a space between us and the Model 3 next to us.
And there's no doubt in this instant she parked better than I could have.
Yep, very nice. So Culver's was pretty slow making Johnny's food today, but Dawn enjoyed time sitting out at the picnic table outside in the shade. and cars have come and cars have gone. So to answer the question, I got a message from YoLink that the mailbox had been opened. At the same time, the Ring AI sent me a message that the USPS truck had been spotted on the street.
Yeah.
So if you want to know if it knows which delivery truck is delivering to you, I would say I still haven't had it tell me. I should go back and look from when Amazon delivered
today.
This morning,
yeah,
and see if one of them picked it up. But definitely the mailbox camera is able to tell me that the UPS truck was spotted, or excuse me, USPS truck was spotted.
Right.
So, you know, finally AI actually doing something for me.
Yep.
So there's the cookout. I know Johnny's been there a few times. It's bringing us in on 29 instead of 49 today, and it's a little different scenery. Whatever way the car felt was quicker. But there's a breezeway up here, and Dawn says it's from the hospital.
Yeah,
it's part of the hospital complex, I guess.
The parking garage on the other side, maybe?
I guess. I don't know. I'm turned around since it brought us in different. Well, here's the back entrance to the school, which is where it's taking us. Well, you know why it brought us in different? Because we're going to Epic. We're going to the engineering side of the campus instead of the apartment to pick Johnny up when they get out of class, and that's why it brought us in on the other side of this campus. Okay. Now I understand. We're going to get to see the light rail come past. Dawn noticed that the light rail symbol came up overhead, which I'm sure you cannot see. And then shortly after that, the stop arms went down. So I guess we're going to get to hear it or see it. The school has the northernmost stop on the light rail line. It basically runs all the way down to the South Carolina line, the other side of Charlotte. And students ride for free. Well, that wasn't much of a disruption. Short little thing. Well, we're here at the usual place, and we've picked up Johnny, and they've gone upstairs with Gray and Dawn. I'll go upstairs briefly here in a minute. Johnny's got homework due, and well, it's late for us anyway. It's 4:12, and they need to get busy with homework, so we won't be here super long, which I didn't expect to be today. This was more of a procedural trip than, you know, an actual visit. We got to see the light rail again come through, a couple of them going in both directions. I didn't realize it came and went that often. I guess Charlotte's lucky they got that put in when they did, because the price of installing it and the difficulties with installing it, etc., only increase over time.
So we dropped Johnny off. We've got coffee. We're fixing to head back. I'm going to follow the State Farm app on my phone and let State Farm do it, because we should be able to go all the way without stopping. Don't know. We'll stop if we have to, but right now the plan is to go straight with no stops. Yeah, right now it says home at 10%. Yeah. I would say in previous trips that would be not enough, because we've left at like 15 or 20% and then it's told us to stop. But hopefully we don't have to stop, because we've used the restroom, we've got coffee. Dawn had a nap while I was upstairs with Johnny, and we really don't need to stop. Right. Well, what it is, I'm not going to get worried until we get to Siler City. And if we get to Siler City and it's saying, oh, we're going to get home at -4% or something, I'll worry. But every time we've stopped and it said, oh, you're going to get home at 10%, we got home at 13, we've gained 3%.
Yeah, I'll try to watch and make sure the car doesn't exit the interstate on you, because when it decides it needs to charge an FSD, it just leaves the interstate.
I'm going to protect you from yourself.
Yeah, and it's not like you get this beep or, you know, in the future it'll say, adding Thomasville supercharger to the navigation map or something like that. And but in our case, twice it's tried to exit, and Don's like, "Why am we? What's going on?" And
That's right.
All right.
So here we go.
Here we go. Gotta love that 5 p.m. rush hour traffic, and this is just north of Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Concord. This is not actually, you know, Charlotte. There is a Model Y up in front of us being towed on a flatbed.
I think it's
a car hauler. You think it's an X? Okay. You think it's
chrome trim?
Ruby vintage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe eventually we'll get up there to see it. I'm not implying that it's being towed for repair. It could just have been bought and sold or something. Yeah, that's a hauler that hauls more than one car.
Vintage Tesla.
Vintage Tesla. Don't you call Ruby vintage?
Yeah, well, that's
classic.
Bumper.
Oh.
The bumper sticker on that Tesla, that Model Y said vintage Tesla. It's like,
why would that be vintage?
Yeah, really.
I think they should wake up. No Model Ys are old enough to be vintage. Okay.
Facelift.
Model S.
Pre-facelift Model S's. You can
original Roadster. Yeah.
All those. You can say those are vintage now.
Sure. I'm gonna start the Easter wreath. One way you can do it has little Easter eggs and an Easter bunny on it, and the other way is just flowers. And I'm also considering putting some of the gift with purchase guys on it. So, you know me, I'm all about that holiday, so I'll be doing the Easter egg and the Easter bunny and not the bow. Both look really nice, though. I mean, if you wanted to keep it up for spring after Easter, I guess you could swap the bow for the bunny and take the eggs off and you'd be good to go. Anyway, I won't get super far with it, but I'm going to do bag 1, which is the whole structure. And then I'll probably skip ahead to build the bunny and build the Easter eggs. And then I'll put all the finicky flowers on at the house. That I can't do in the car. So, it's still 10% to home. We're in Lexington now. So we haven't been on the road a super long time, but a little while. What I was going to say is, notice standard has us doing 75 and a 70. I think a couple things in prior drives, we were probably up closer to 80 for part of the time because that's what the car was doing.
That's what?
Yeah. And also that it was colder. It's also very warm out there today. It's 76 now. So this is like optimal temperature for efficiency, or the hotter it gets the better it goes. So it's, you know, it's no 45 degrees and the heat running in the car, even though the heat pump is so much more efficient than the old you know, regular electric heater that Ruby has. So I don't know, but we're doing so far so good is all I wanted to say. We haven't seen it dropping. It's not like, oh darn, we're gonna have to stop. It's different from other Oh God, his tire's way low. Let's get away from him. And also, if we bring up the energy graph, let's see. This route is typically driven at 65 miles an hour. Yeah, right, sure. Slow down by 5 miles an hour to save 11 miles for the rest of this trip. No thanks. 10.2 wind, mile per hour wind from the north costs 8.8 miles this trip. Staying below 70 would have saved 2 miles this trip. So, well, you can't stay below 70 out here on the interstate where the speed is 70. So, have a nice day, car.
We'll be just fine.
We'll be good. But the track line is still pretty close. You know, the track line is pretty close.
Plus, it hasn't thrown up that thing, stay below a certain miles per hour. It's still letting me drive 75. It's not warned us.
Yep.
And 10%, I have the arrival percentage set for 5. So we'll see what it does. But I'm hoping we'll get home at, you know, single digit or high single digit.
Yep. As suspected, I didn't have any trouble building the frame, the skeleton for the wreath. That's bag 1. You know, it's a lot of build squares the same, which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a lot of repeat and go. So there's 7 bags total, and I'm gonna skip to bags 6 and 7. 6 is the bow, and 7 is the rabbit and the Easter eggs. And I'm gonna go ahead and build them, and then I'll be done. Will probably not be dark yet because it's only 6 o'clock, but I'll be done because I need the flat surface of the counter and the bigger working area to start putting the finicky flowers on the wreath. The ones that are liable to come off if it's not flat, you know, I'll need a flat space then. All right, there's where I'm stopping for the night. Well, we're pulling into the neighborhood. Looks like we're home at 9%, no problem. And it said 7:33, it's 7:34. It's all good.
Yep.
All good.
I'll come back and get the man.
Okay. Yeah, Dom wants to go point to point.
That's right. We
had no interventions, although that tar snake caused us a moment's concern.